Now, just to complete this little picture with you, I want to share a story with you. When I first moved to the Gold Coast, I was part of owning 3 health and fitness studios on the Gold Coast. So I have been a part of training hundreds of women over the course of my career in the health industry. And there is one woman that will never leave my mind now that I'm in perimenopause. I have flashbacks to this particular client. And she was a long-term client of our gym, and she trained so hard and she worked so hard on her calorie consumption. And as I watched this woman go through menopause, she got puffier, she got more and more inflamed. She would come in a hot, sweaty, red mess. And by the time she would end her session, where the trainer had absolutely flogged her, trying to get her to lose weight, she was just this bright red, inflamed tomato, frustrated mess, sweaty, and just not getting the results from the effort that I saw her put in. And I remember it not sitting well with me at the time, but I was, at the beginning of my journey, I was in the best body of my life. I hadn't experienced hormone challenges myself. It didn't sit well with me the way the men were training these women, but I didn't yet have the education. And I would say in hindsight, now that I'm in my 40s, and I've experienced what it feels like for your body to start changing, even though none of your, food intake, exercise regime, none of those factors have changed, but your body is changing. That's when you truly understand that things do influence your weight more than just calories in and calories out. And that's why I think I get frustrated, because a man can educate himself around those. Many don't, right? Many won't educate themselves about women's hormones, but they also won't experience what it feels like when it happens to them. They will always have more ease when it comes to weight loss and building muscle. They will always be able to consume more calories and not require the same level of discipline in calorie restriction. There are just so many different factors. But if I could go back to this one woman, there's a few things that I would change. I would have the men stop flogging her in her workouts, stop focusing on such harsh exercise regimes and cardio workouts, and I would focus more on slow, controlled, muscle building exercises and long, enjoyable walks. I'd be focused on her nervous system, the stress that was clearly happening in her life. I wouldn't be sweating the small stuff, like the one glass of wine that she looked forward to at the end of the week that she also had to cut out because she wasn't getting results, which probably just added to her stress load. And I would be doing a deep dive into what was happening with her hormones and looking at her insulin resistance, because that very clearly was the one issue. All of that inflammation, all of that calorie restriction, and no results, but despite the effort that this woman was putting in, I can tell you right now that was insulin resistance at play and her hormones being out of whack. So anyway, that's a little story, and I know a lot of women will listen to this and say, that's me, or that's my mom, and I totally relate. And I just want to say, I see you, I feel you, and that's the difference that women need: understanding and compassion.